All right, let's get into it. Today, we're cracking open the exciting world of sports card collecting. We're not just here to admire the cards, we're going to demystify the odds and figure out what's really inside that pack.
Come on, you know you have. We all get that little rush, right? That feeling of pure potential when you're about to tear open that foil. But let's be real. What are the actual chances, the hard numbers, of pulling that mind-blowing, once-in-a-lifetime card?
Well, the secret to turning that dream into an actual strategy is hiding in plain sight. You know that wall of text on the manufacturer's website? It's not boring legal stuff. It is literally your treasure map. And today, we're going to learn how to read it using the official odds for the 2025 Topps Heritage set.
Okay, so let's jump right in. First things first, we need to understand the basic language of this map. Once you get these fundamentals down, all those crazy numbers will start to make a whole lot more sense. I promise.
So this is the single most important idea to get your head around. When you see odds like, say, 1 in 10, it does not mean you're guaranteed to get that card if you buy 10 packs. It's a statistical average calculated over the entire massive production run. We're talking millions and millions of packs.
Right off the bat, you're going to see two main kinds of products, hobby and retail. Think of hobby boxes as the ones you get at a specialty card shop. Yeah, they cost more, but they're loaded up with the best chances for the really rare stuff. Retail is what you see at Target or Walmart, blaster boxes, hanger boxes. They're cheaper and have their own cool exclusive cards. Knowing which is step one of your game plan.
Let's start at the bottom of the pyramid. We're talking about the cards you're going to see the most often. These are the building blocks for the entire set.
So let's take a look at a chrome variation. It's just what it sounds like, a super slick, shiny metallic version of a regular base card. They look awesome, and as you're about to see, they're pretty common to find.
Now check this out, because this is where things get really interesting. In a hobby box or a value box, your odds are about 1 in 5. Not bad, but look at the hanger box. The odds are 1 in 1. That basically means you're guaranteed to get one. It's a perfect example of how sometimes retail can give you way better odds for certain types of cards.
But hold on, because things are about to change in a big, big way. What happens when we look for a much rarer, colored version of that exact same card? Well, this is where the real hunt begins. And boom! Just look at how those odds completely skyrocketed. We went from a sure thing in a hanger to over 1 in 1,400. And the value box? Whoa! A staggering 1 in 6,465. This just shows you how wildly different your chances can be depending on which box you decide to pick up.
Okay, let's keep climbing that ladder of rarity. Now we're getting into the stuff that makes collecting so much fun, the special inserts and the cool variation cards.
An image variation is one of my favorites. It's the same player, same card number, but with a totally different and usually way cooler photo. And would you look at that? The little retail hanger box comes through again. At just 1 in 32 packs, it's by far your best bet, especially compared to the nearly 1 in 100 odds in a hobby pack.
All right, it's time for the main event. For a lot of collectors, this is what it's all about. We're on the hunt for the hits. You know, those incredible cards with actual player autographs or pieces of game-worn jerseys right in them.
This is it. The real one autograph is often the signature chase card in the whole set. We're talking on-card signatures from current superstars and legendary Hall of Famers. And this is where the game completely changes.
And just like that, the tables have turned. Your chances are now significantly better in a hobby box at 1 in 124. This pattern holds true for almost all of the biggest, baddest hits in any product. This is what you're paying that premium for when you buy a hobby box.
Now this is a super important rule of the treasure map, something you absolutely have to know. Some of the rarest, most incredible cards are hobby exclusive. That means you can only find them in hobby packs. They literally do not put them into retail products.
I mean, just look at this. A card with 3 legit autographs on it. It's a hobby exclusive hit. And yeah, the odds are absolutely bonkers. 1 in over 250,000 packs. But hey, that's still better than the odds in retail, which are 0, nada. It's just not in there.
Okay, everybody take a deep breath. We've reached the absolute top of the pyramid. These are the cards with straight-up lottery ticket odds, the kind of pull that can make your entire year.
Just let that number sink in for a second. The odds of pulling a card with an authentic signature from a celebrity, cut from something they signed back in 1976, is nearly 1 in a million. These are true white whale cards. It's the stuff of legend. And then there's the legendary Superfractor. For every player in the Chrome set, there is only one of these cards in the entire world, with its unmistakable gold swirl pattern. The odds of finding any one of them are over 1 in 10,000 in a hobby pack, and even crazier in retail. It's the ultimate one-of-one chase.
So, we've looked at all these wild numbers, we've figured out how to read the map. What's the big takeaway? How do you use all this to figure out what you should actually go out and buy?
It all comes down to one simple question. What is your goal? There's no single best box to buy for everyone. The best box is the one that lines up perfectly with what you're hoping to find, and of course, with your budget.
You just have to ask yourself, are you swinging for the fences, hunting for that monster autograph? Hobby boxes give you the best shot, period. Are you trying to build the complete base set? Well, retail is a much smarter, more cost-effective way to get there. Or, hey, are you just in it for the pure fun of ripping packs? Then you know what? Any pack can be the pack.
And that's the key. By understanding this odds sheet, you've completely transformed your approach. It's not a blind gamble anymore, it's a calculated strategy. You're not just hoping, you're making an informed choice. You've learned to read the map, and that empowers you to collect smarter and honestly, have a whole lot more fun with the hobby.